Right, right, and this is where I wanted. That's why I was getting at earlier in terms of, even with the firstborns and some of the disagreements, there's certain things that we have to address at
Of course we
home,
do. Yes.
at home, and before we start broadcasting and putting these things out into the world.
Yeah.
Right. So there are some things to be addressed at
Yeah.
home.
Like me myself, if I'm not home, going through those lessons, watching my YouTube and watching movies and whatnot, doing the little shit around here in the building with the staff and whatnot, I'm out there, back out there in Medina. I'm visiting old friends. Most of them are not 5%ers because most of my 5% brothers and sisters are gone. You know, the young ones, I don't know where the hell they are, or where they be at. So I'm in Fort Greene with my brother CLR, and I take it from there. Now, as far as Mecca is concerned, I don't be at the meetings. I don't even know when the meetings are, and whatnot like that. Only time I know anything about what's going on is when I come to a parliament. And maybe that's my fault. Maybe that's my fault. That I'm not getting involved enough. I have to look into that.
Well, God,
I have to look into that.
I want to say, God, your history, right? And as I was mentioning before, God, like as I do this camera work, I record these things. I come and record your history. The last time we did some recordings, there were people who had some disagreements. But I think you being visible, you being here, still here at God Equality, 76 years of age, is a testament, right? And I think that, it's important that I continue to capture this history from you and continue to get what's on your mind.
No problem.
Right. I think it's extremely important, But you being 76 years old, some people may say you don't remember things all the way how they were.
Okay.
Right? Maybe some things got blurred.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Of course they do.
Right.
And I don't deny that.
Right.
I may okay, let's say God Supreme, for instance. He used to run behind us. If we got arrested, he would say he was just as old as we were, and he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? He get arrested right along with us, But getting back to what you're saying is that I can be talking about something, and he maybe remember, no, it didn't go that way. It went like this. So and so was involved in it, so and so. Of course, I need that.
And that's the importance of coming together.
Yeah,
right?
Of course, I need that.
But I see as time has gone on, a lot of us neglect to come together.
I ain't scared.
No, I'm not saying you scared. I'm just saying that because we.
I ain't scared. I just said that.
No, I know. But that's whether life takes us in different directions.
Yes.
And then we get different ideas and we do different things. And we. This is why I see like a lot of the disagreements come because a lot of us neglect to come together. And I mean, not to say that we're gonna just we're gonna always agree because sometimes we disagree.
That is a building platform when you disagree.
A building platform.
Yeah. What I mean by that is I come out with my opinion and say, this is the reason why I say, oh, don't do it that way. We could do it this way, blah, 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 blah. And then you add on Well, if we do it that way, we might maximize this and that, so and so, and still we can go my way doing it this way. You know, you're building.
You're building, right?
You build. I mean, the founding fathers, when they was writing the Constitution, you know how many times they must have disagreed over that. You know, and I think we should put in this and so and so.
Right.
You know.
But it's the thing about us still coming together at the end of the day.
It's always got to come together.
Right.
You got to come together. Let me tell you something, man. You bringing up this 76 years old shit. My family is like this. And this is how my mother raised us. She said, I want y'all to always watch one another back, you know. Always be, and no fighting amongst one another. She said, I want y'all to be like a basket, weeded like this, where water can't even go through it.
Right.
That's how family's supposed to be. Now, the 76 stuff, my mother's last brother, which is her youngest brother, my Uncle H.T., he's almost 90-something. You understand?
He's still amongst us.
Yes, and he's telling me that it's time for me to take the goddamn torch. You know,
at 76, he's 90-something. He said take the torch.
Yeah, so that now it's my turn to keep the family together. This and that. Make sure that we have our family reunions and all this here good stuff. You know, and I'm like, what? And I'm looking at how my family has grown, how there's so many different ideas out there. One of them talking about, nah, I ain't going that way. I'm going this way and all that other shit. I'm like,
that's a task.
I'm like, I don't know about that, but I got a brother behind me, Anthony. I may give it to him. He went to college. You know, I may pass the torch to him. You know, he said, nah, you keep the torch, you keep the family, because you was around the family the most, and you know all the pains and things that the family feels and everything, and they all love you. You know, like that. I'm like, yeah, well, that's what the Father taught me to do. He taught me to make people fall in love with me.
Yeah, and that's what I see with our nation. You know, as the firstborns, right? I was telling you can tell me if I'm wrong, that Lord taught each of the firstborns differently, right? But He also instructed us to come together. And that's the thing that I see in my day and time that we neglect to do is we come together, for our parliaments and our nation events, and we have those things, but a lot of disagreements,
See, that's what I'm saying. Like they have these town hall meetings and all that other shit in certain communities and all that other shit. This nation needs a certain date or week in every month where the 5 boroughs come and sit down at the table. I mean, it's up for the people in the 5 boroughs to choose who they want to speak out for them. And that person comes to the table and give the concerns or whatever the case may be, or what they want to talk about. I mean, seriously, and sit down in this way.
That's what we have our parliaments for, right?
I mean, really. I mean, but Parliaments, man, is mostly like everybody comes and to hear about what's going on, you know, what's happening with this project, what's going on with this project here, this and that, so and so.
Well, because you know the nation has grown so much that you know there's a lot to pack into one parliament every month. Like there's a whole lot.
Yeah, because you know now you know we are now entertaining different states
Yes.
because of y'all camera work.
Yeah. Different state and different countries as well. I have
And yet-
a student in South. I have 2 students in South Africa.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
You must do your own research, as I did.
If Mega did this.